And that right there, everybody, that was Burner and OGZ's new album, Trophies, man. Go and check that out. Just dropped on Friday. That's a good collaboration right there, everybody. So yeah, go check it out. Some new music for you that just dropped. LA Lifestyle giving you it too. Fresh, right off the press. But we back out here. We're back with our guests for tonight. We got Wes Grown out here, bike life, entrepreneur, everything, a name above. He flows like water, just moves like water. Water. But we are back here, guys, and just to remind everybody, if you are just tuning in again, we are on KQBHLP, Los Angeles, California, 101.5 FM, a community service of Boyle Heights Arts Conservatory, broadcasting live on your FM dial and streaming on lpfm.la. We are out here doing our thing, out here just trying to really get these guests that we, how do we say, really the title of LA Lifestyle. And you definitely have come through on this one, because like the concept of the show originally was like specific like characters of LA, because like me being from the Bay, I was so infatuated with everything down here. I was like, I want to get like Angelinos, like that. Really, like you're on your bike and you literally wheelie probably on every street, every major street, every major intersection. And so for me, that was kind of the concept from a lot of people I've seen. I'm like, man, we got to make a show for y'all.
Who would have known? You were next to me in traffic and then was like...
And that's the thing, too. We'll tap in on that. I actually shared that story last night with my boy when he came over. We were looking at the footage from that day. And he's like, how did you even meet this guy? And you know the story. My friend came into town. He wanted to get away from his family at a wedding. And he's like, take me to Hollywood. I was like, all right, like, I ain't never been there before, too, so let's go. And then we ran into you, but we, being from up north in the woods, riding bikes, dirt bikes, we were like, dude on a quad, doing wheelies on Sunset Boulevard. And we were just so infatuated with you, bro. And then I started blocking traffic, and I'll say this, you got off your bike, though, when you came up to me. I was like, did I do something wrong? Like, I thought you were like gonna pull me out the car, bro, like getting too close or something, you know, but you were just all love. You're like, nah, like, get some shots. You were like telling me to record this and that. I was like, all right, like, we need something to do. But yeah, who would have thought that I met you just out, and you were with a couple young cats. You were like teaching how to wheelie or something. You still ride with them?
Yeah, it changes, evolves. Like some people,
they come and
go. This isn't for everybody. Everybody wants to do this, but then once, like, first off, like, your bikes, it's expensive, bro, to have a dirt bike.
It is. I used to race. I know.
My
it's
bike
not
is
cheap.
$12,000, bro. So if anything breaks on it, there's 500, 300, 200. Any given day, you do anything wrong on that bike, boom, there's a couple $100.
And especially with a Raptor 700, it's a fuel-injected four-stroke.
Yeah.
And I already know, even with the new four-strokes and the fuel injection, they're very tedious. Do you get a lot of valve adjustments?
I just got my valves.
Exactly. You get your valves adjusted all the time. I already know.
You gotta check, like, maintenance, all that stuff, bro. It costs.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I have a few bikes, so
it's
like...
But do you have a solid mechanic, or are you doing the work?
Nah, I have a mechanic I take it to. He's like, you know... Mechanics are hard to find, bro. Like,
motorcycle is best, but motorcycle though, like really good motorcycle, that is hard.
And then you gotta like do the whole like thing with the you know, you gotta build a relationship with people, so it's like becomes a thing. So like when you drop your bike off, you can get it done right away. So you're like, hey, like, oh, what's up, bro? Like, how are you doing? Like,
exactly.
Build a friendship with all these people in the circle.
And also, too, like, being in LA, so how many bikes do you have?
I have 3 quads. I have 2 450s and a 700.
So it's the Raptor 700 and then the 450s. Do you have a TRX?
Yeah, I got 2 TRXs.
And what years are those?
I have a 2014. I've never rode on the street, never touched, never nothing.
Is that just like your nice, like...
That's like the last year they started making them.
The last year?
I got this off of a guy that rode it maybe for 2 hours, maybe. So it's like
it's like a stock, bone stock, 2014 TRX 450.
Yeah, so it's like...
You gotta...
That thing is already worth a lot of money, period. Like, if I just say, hey, I put it up for sale, I'll have so many offers right away.
But you know someone that's going to buy it's going to just...
Yeah, they're going to go and abuse it. But I just keep it. I'm like, all right, well...
But what's the difference, though, between the 450 and the 700?
Just how strong it is. Like, 700 is, like, so jerky. Like, it's dangerous, bro. Like, you'll flip that whole bike on top of you if you don't.
I've only ridden a Raptor 700 once in my life. I was 13 years old, and I was obviously terrified. But, I mean, that bike already has... I mean, how many horsepower are you kicking? Like 70? About 60, 70 horsepower?
I was just on the freeway right now.
Yeah.
Like, I was...
Sounds about right.
Was on the freeway, third gear, wheeling, and two girls at the same time.
Hey, if that isn't LA lifestyle...
If you see me on the 110 today...
if you seen a man on a quad with two female,
please send the footage, please. Yeah, because I seen
please
y'all
submit it into LA.
You had your cell phones out. I'll be wanting to get the cell phone footage because I'm like, oh, it's got to look good from their car.
Yeah,
they're probably all the kids are in the back, like everybody's gonna go a cell phone, bro. Dude,
they're gonna go to school on Monday and be like, yo, bro.
Check this video
out. Yeah. Dude had some chicks on his bike.
Never see it again.
You never see it again.
Never.
I mean, but like even with that though, man, the freeway. What? I mean, okay, I get the street, but I gotta like, why the freeway?
The freeway is just, bro, like it's the main vein into the city. Like when you're on the freeway coming into the city
on
in a car, in a basic car, it looks amazing, right? Now, you're not even like watching the scenery. You're like part of the whole scenery. You know that everybody around you
has their eyes on you.
Is recording. Bro, I record going into the city sometimes just because it looks amazing. Now put that stuff like two girls and a bike going, you know what I mean? Like it's just it's just fun, bro. Like have fun. Figure out how to make money out of it. And then do it. Capitalize.
Well, hey, just
get sponsors. Fuck.
Hey, yeah.
Everybody wants to be part of something cool, bro. Yeah. But they just can't be like, hey, we're with that because it's illegal. So.
No, but that's the thing too that kills me about a lot of this, and you know, it doesn't bother me if I talk about it, but people trying to say because you have a certain platform or what you do reflects what you do or what you need to do, but at the end of the day, it's like no, it's what I want to do. Dope. I'm a publish it, you know, like that's, I don't, you know, I'm not going to mark to someone else's beat because we've done that this past year and it, you know, we had some things kind of flutter out, but stay true to yourself.
Yeah. Like bro, I do so much stuff that doesn't even identify me like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like
everything.
I do so much stuff. Like, at the end of the day, though, I really like being at home and bored and having nothing to do sometimes because my life is so lit most of the time. So
yeah, no, I remember when I pulled up on you for your interview, you were like, "No, just pull up at the crib."
Yeah.
I was like, "Okay, like I'll do that."
Right there on the couch, like,
just threw the microphone on the table.
I could sit in my house and not do nothing and be happy, bro.
Yeah. Like, and you got your dogs too.
My dog, like I don't need to do. My life is so lit. Like I do that. I don't need no extra stuff. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Chill, me, that's it. That's my kids, my girl, like that's all.
Dude, that's good too, and you don't forget too, like who you are and like where you came from. Like that's the most important part about it, because it built who you are today and like who the West is that everyone loves and wants. You know.
For sure, my best friends are like leading factors in everything.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're around people that are great, that didn't want to live their life as being average and never, like, it's a lot, bro, to like be somebody in history that everybody knows at some point in time, that have no relationship with you, have no need,
but they have some kind of resemblance in something.
You know what I mean? Like you're leaving something behind. So like all my friends set the standard of leaving something behind, and you know what I mean? If you're around, you got to be on the same boat. You know what I mean?
Well, no, you got to be willing to just be on the same level.
Everybody.
You know, and just like leading into that, is there any like particular challenges or like exhilarating moments from these bike life adventures that you could share? Like maybe one of your more memorable rides in LA?
Man,
Was it what was it that fence breakdown when y'all had like?
Oh, that was probably
that was
most
wild,
insane thing.
How many bikes were you guys
Bro,
had?
there was like 500 bikes. Like it was crazy.
And the CHPs, right? They were,
oh my god.
They were trying this helicopter.
Bro,
like literally a GTA 5 scene.
It was the most insane thing ever, bro.
And they didn't get you guys.
No, they got some people, but like. It was the most, bro. Like we tore the fence down, stopped the whole freeway. The whole freeway was full of cars. It was a parking lot, and we tore the fence down because the cops had barricaded us in, bro. And it was the crazy.
And then you guys made a route. And you went over the fence, down the hill to another part of the freeway.
Yeah.
And yeah, what about 400 or 500 bikes?
Yeah, it was literally the GTA. It was 5 stars, bro.
You had
helicopters, cops, bikes, everything. They had damn people with scuba gear and no water around, bro. They had everybody outside for us.
They had SEAL Team 6.
Bro, they had SEAL Team 6 just skydiving in, bro. Blackout. I was like, what is going on? Oh, no. The worst part about it was I was on one of my boys' bikes.
Oh, you weren't even on your own bike.
I was on a Banshee, and it kept overheating. And if I didn't just keep revving it super high, it would die, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, he told me about this before I left. And I was like, this is when I was just a photographer at the time. I wasn't even willing doing all this.
You just went on a Banshee.
I had a chick on the back. I was taking pictures. And the bike was overheated. And every time I turned it on, it turned off. I was like, oh no. Got away from them, got on the freeway, got to the gas station, put gas, and I would let the bike cool down, and I was like, oh, it's gonna work perfectly fine. Bro, 2 motorcycle cops come straight at me, and I'm like, oh, I'm done. It's over. I'm like kicking the bike. The bike's not turning on. I'm sitting there, and the girls on the back like, come on. They ride right by me and go past me and chase all the people that are running and leave me alone.
So then you run.
Bro, I ended up kicking the bike down on. Eventually, I just sat there and just amazed. Like, they just like cruised by me going 2 miles an hour, looked at me, and just went by me and went after all the people running. And I was like, oh, man, I don't know how this happened, but thank the Lord right now. I'm not even...
So you went from the freeway down to a gas station, and what was your instinct to get to that gas station? Like, from once the fence came down?
Oh, the fence thing was just a nightmare.
Like, because there was people trying to hold the fence down.
Yeah.
And then people trying
I had to make sure I was like first one over that thing because the bike wasn't starting. So as soon as I got the bike on, I said, get out of the way. I got to go. Because if I don't go now, it's over. Like, the bike's gone. I got to have to pay my homie for his bike. Like, no.
And Banshees aren't cheap.
No, they're not.
A 350, dual head, I already know. Dual expansion chamber, that's an amazing bike right there.
Hit me. I would have been paying like
probably
six bands.
6 to 8 for sure. Yeah. That Banshee would have held you back a little bit.
Yeah.
You might have had to sell that low mile or low hour TRX 450.
Never. Nobody even gets to see that thing. I just keep it at the garage, tucked away.
And you just like you'll pull the tarp back and like wipe it and get the dust off.
I don't even go see it.
You don't even look at it?
I don't even look at it. I don't even want to be tempted.
You at least gotta start it.
Yeah, I haven't.
You got it.
Since I bought it.
Oh.
I haven't started it since I bought it. It's been probably 3 years.
You gotta go run that thing.
No, I gotta drain it and then start it.
Yeah.
That oil is probably sitting there nasty.
That oil's
Hey, it's a Honda.
Yeah. That thing will run inside the lake.
That thing will run out of oil. You can put a bottle of water in it and it'll still run.
Yeah.
But those, you ever seen anybody, what's the most unique, like, kind of out-of-pocket bike life experience have you seen? Like, the most craziest, like, bike rider on a type of bike you don't expect?
Man.
Like, do people keep it pretty cordial, like, with their bike selection?
Nah, like, it's different. On the West Coast, everybody's still coming up to speed with the whole East Coast thing. Like, East Coast is like, bro, you come out, you're matching your bike, your socks, your underwear, everything. Like, it's a whole thing. You know
Even
what I
the couch you brought from the bay for your ride, that dude that was pouring Henny while he was riding, his shoes matched his graphics on his bike.
Yeah, like...
He had the same graphic kit on his Air Force Ones.
Yeah. We're catching up to all that. Like, they'll put sticker kits all over it, and then they match, and then, like, if you're riding passenger, then your passenger matches, and it's like a whole scene. Like, I can't even explain it. Like, but all that stuff came from, like, drugs and gang, you know what I mean?
Just all
from the East Coast,
yeah.
And then it evolved into what it is, you know what I mean? Then there's crews and people, part of cliques, you know what I mean? Like, so, me and my boys are all bike stars, so we all are like, you know, like, sometimes a lot of people don't like us, but we hold a certain standard, you know what I mean? Everybody that's involved is involved for a reason.
Yeah, but you guys are like, you're pioneers in it, really. Like, you're showing motion and everything, you know, and like...
Yeah.
I mean, you brought bike life,
we're the rock stars of this shit. Like...
You are.
Everything. Like,
I do. When I went, like I said, when I went on that ride with y'all, that's when I really realized, I was like, these are some of the dudes down here. Like, when it comes to LA, like, y'all are some of the guys. Like, like, you have that name where you be like, you could be cruising down Melrose or Sunset or in Beverly Hills, and you just might see West or Cash or any of y'all, you know, just popping, you know, a little 12 o'clock.
Bro, I have people be like, West. I'll be like, who's that? I don't know who you are. Like, what the hell's going on?
You're that guy, though, out here, man. So, I mean, it's great, though, too. But how... If I could ask you one more, you know, we're leading to the end of the show here. How do you take on something like that? Like you say, it's like rock star, right?
Yeah.
But you're almost like, you're a rock star, but you're also a superstar. And a lot of eyes to people, like you say, people be like, yo, West. Hey, West. Like, how do you, you know, being from just, like you say, you had to reset at 30. And you're not knowing, like, probably at that time, you know, what you were going through, you were kind of unsure what was going on, you know, not sure what's next, you know, those thoughts probably cross your mind, but now you have people recognizing you on the street, and you're like, you're a little drawn off, you know, like, how do you adapt to something like that?
Man, honestly, like, everybody I have around me, I always try to, like, mentor some which way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always try to give something back to everybody I ever meet, bro. Like, all these people that I hang around with are, like, literally kids to me, so, like, I always try to look out for them. Like, at the end of the day, they all know that most of the time they hit me up whenever they need something. They're like, you know, Wes will probably help. Like, and it's just like, I always try to set them up for everything, you know what I mean?
Because you know what it's like at that later life where it's like, no, like, get your success now. Like, set your foundation.
Have fun, but, like, you gotta be disciplined somewhat, bro.
Yeah.
And you gotta take accountability for stuff.
And your actions.
Bro, your accountability and just not being a piece of crap.
Garbage,
you know what I mean? Like, you just, bro, you can have zero talent and be 100% reliable and be a good person, and you'll have every opportunity in the world. Because those things are rare. People want to be able to turn around and put $100,000 next to you and know that they don't have to think twice, that nothing's going to happen to that money. Simple as that.
Yeah.
If I could trust you with that, then I would trust you with my family, probably. I could trust you with all these things, and that will take you far, bro. Like, you don't need to be the most talented person in the world. You have to be the most reliable and most consistent person.
You just have to be just show your colors, show your
up,
worth.
Bro.
Yeah. Show up and show out. Yeah.
Just show up. Be consistent.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a superstar. You just gotta be reliable.
Yeah. Someone you can count on.
Yeah.
Simple.
And it's hard. Like, bro, I fail at that all the time. Just because of the fact that I juggle so many things. You know what I mean?
But you have a lot going on in your life. You know? So you gotta remember too what's good for not only yourself but your family and your image at the end of the day too. Because that's a hard thing to, like, balance. It's like, it's decisions, you know? Like, it's what's going to benefit you. Yeah. It's not what's going to make you happy. It's the benefit, too. Well, happy but benefit.
Yeah.
And
sometimes, bro, you have to go through things. Because, like, there's times where I make decisions to do things that I know my girl or it's gonna put me in a compromising situation to where I'm gonna hear it or I'm gonna have to deal with something, but I know doing this and dealing with this headache it's gonna push me forward in my career maybe or in something else, but I'm gonna have to hear about it because in actuality it's just how it goes, bro. Like at the end of the day, you know that you wouldn't stand for certain things and you put other people in the situations, you know that you're gonna have to hear a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Rock star shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be a rock star and complain. What my mom says, my mom says, if you're gonna be stupid, you better be tough.
Yeah.
Because it's coming, bro. Like,
yeah.
You can't have that much fun and not have something come and go ahead and tap you on that ass.
You're gonna play with it, you better know how to fix it.
Yeah.
Exactly. You heard it right here. But last question.
Have enough money to buy another one before mom and dad find out.
Right? Yo, but just last thing I do want to ask you, just with, everything too, like with your service and everything, what advice could you give fellow veterans who are navigating through a transition from military life to pursuing their passions and hobbies, particularly maybe in the realm of like arts and entertainment or just some kind of outlet?
Bro, you're gonna hear every day that something's going on with you. Everybody's gonna look at you crazy. And you just gotta keep doing it. But you gotta like remind yourself, don't get caught up. Don't get lost in the sauce because it happens.
Don't spill your milk.
Bro, you're gonna spill your milk, but you just can't get lost in it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta like set back sometimes and be like, especially for the life I live like crazy. Like I could not be a good person, bro, real easily. You know what I mean? Because of all the opportunities I have for everything between women, money, drugs, relationships, all that shit.
You have everything at the palm of your hand.
No, I don't. But it's like you have to be disciplined because at the end of the day, that stuff's not gonna make you happy, bro.
No.
Like it's gonna be fun as hell tonight, but tomorrow night,
then you're gonna be like,
having to deal with stuff.
Yeah, you're like, why was I saying that, or why was I doing that?
And it's not worth it. You gotta like really be able to define the matrix and not the matrix, bro. Because the matrix is just your persona, the things that you have to do to further your career, to do the things that you need to do, right? But at the same time, having enough respect for yourself to not compromise too much.
Yeah, and when you say compromise, like compromising like sacrifices or just...
Nah, just because sometimes you end up doing things that don't represent you as much, but you know it's going to do something further.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's calculated risk.
Yeah, calculated risk there.
If I do this, then I'm going to have to deal with A, B, and C from either, like, my girl, my relationship, my whatever, money.
It may be.
Bro, whatever it may be. There's tons of things that go left. So it's like, everything's got to be worth it at some point.
Yeah, but guys, we're wrapping up to the end here. I just really quick, I want to thank you, West, for coming out here tonight, man. It's great that you were able to get on the show. I'm glad we were able to make this happen. Caught you at a good time. But hey, where can everybody find you? I mean, I know you don't care too much for the socials, but a share is a share, a like is a like, a follow is a follow. Where can everybody find you on IG, all that?
I'm on Instagram at West_grown, WEST_GROWN. West Grown on TikTok. Like I have a westgrown.com as well. I'm actually in the midst of loading up a bunch of stuff so you guys can.
Because you got merch, you have jackets, and you have stuff.
I have everything. I have a whole line. I actually started a separate line that's called WST dot.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like a high-end version. So I have like my West Grown. It's like a more playful. I do a bunch of.
I like the kind of, I like what you did with that. Yeah.
I do like the Roadrunner and stuff like that, and I play.
You got the right there too on the exclusive right there. You're wearing.
That's the one I've got on right now.
Yeah.
And so then you know what I mean. But the WST dot is gonna be like a more high end, fashion forward. Eventually.
Yeah, because you got your own like niche and like that you like with your own fashion.
Yeah, like, bro. I have like sponsors too. Like I have Calabasas. It's like a denim company, right? Yeah, that big old trench coat.
That's a nice coat.
Bro,
I saw that.
That coat. I was riding around in that coat all day. Feel like $1 million with that thing.
You're wheeling in that?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, that's like when I asked you with the snakes, when you had the snakes on you.
Put the snakes.
That's like what happens. Oh man.
Yeah,
bro.
that's as soon as I got that, bro. They have this jacket that lights up at night. It has LEDs in it. Oh, I want that thing to go ride at night.
Oh, let's go.
I'm for sure gonna get chased that night.
But we are gonna ride out here west, man. Thank you, bro, for coming out. Thank you for giving us an hour of your time, just letting everyone out here, East LA, Boyle Heights, guys. And remember this, if you see a gentleman on a Raptor 700 with a couple girls on his bike, that just might be our boy West.
Shoot him your video.
And make sure you
do the
ad at L_A_lifestyle or West_grown. Tag us. Let's see what kind of content. You know what? We could even make it fun before we go. Anybody that tags us in content for West, and we do get DMs for this, upcoming events next year, you get tickets to the show. You heard me right. I just said it live on air. You tag me and West in some content you see of him, if it is him, but we'll take all bike life content, right?
I'll take you on a ride.
Okay.
But only if you're girls, bro. We don't get the guy thing. That's a little weird. We don't do that.
Hey, it's 2023.
I'm cool.
You had
do
enough
what you
nuts to
do,
butts at boot
but
camp.
over here,
You're like, nah.
no nuts to butts, bro. We don't do that.
Had enough of that boot
Yeah,
camp.
I'm already done.
Man,
I've lived
fun.
another life where I had to, shower in front of other people, bro. I'm good. Nah, we're good. Yeah. The military gave me enough of that. We're all right. We don't need to do that.
So guys, we're going to ride out and we're going to continue with this new Trophies album by Burner and OGZ, and we're going to hit you with their single, Clouds.